Hey guys, welcome back to the Fatal Wrath channel. This week's tournament, we have somebody different. Michelangelo. I never thought I would be saying this. Why? Well, if you're in the Discord, and you should be, and you look back on the history that we've had of tournaments for 2025 and 2024, we did not have Michelangelo at all in the tournament. So this is a first since sometime in 2023, maybe 2022. I don't know when the last time he was in here, but it's been a while. But you know what? We're happy to have him here this week. I know, despite the repeats, there's one thing that everybody likes to see a repeat of, and that's the challenge Mikey Madness. And now, with Michelangelo being in the tournament, we don't have to worry about Mikey Madness. You get more Mikey Madness even this week. So that's really great stuff. The challenges, however, remain the same. But that's okay. That's alright. You got Mikey in the tournament. I can't say that you got to be disappointed this week. We get Classic Carnage, Girl Power, Rise of the Technodrome, and Allies. And Classic Carnage and Rise of the Technodrome both have Krang DNA. So not only are you going to get to stock up on your Michelangelo DNA and get at least 50 DNA from him if you can get into the Master League 3, which I know you can. But you get the very rare Krang DNA. You get to work on both of that this week, and that's awesome. It actually makes it for a really good week. And you know, for those who still play this game, I'm happy for y'all. I don't need it because I already got all my characters 5 stars. But for those still needing to get there, you got a great week. You can get your Michelangelo, and you can get your Krang, and you can have a really good week with that. Now, for Rise of the Technodrome, I do have another video for you to check out there, where there's a secret hidden boss in that challenge. I will put in the description the link to that video where you can go through the challenge and you can find the secret hidden boss. And then this Friday, when Rise of the Technodrome unlocks, you can go get your secret hidden boss. Alright. So, make sure you guys like the video, comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. And also, make sure you're following me on Twitter, because that is where I put all of my updates for what's going on on the channel. And anything to do with TMNT Legends, which had a really good reason to follow this last couple weeks since we had that web service shut down. Just so you can kind of keep up to date as far as when it was coming back up and when the game was getting back to normal. So that's why it's a good idea to follow me on there, because I keep you guys updated on what's going on with that so we can get back into the game. Alright, well, since we got Nick Michelangelo, we get to do a tournament run. And we'll start right at the beginning here. And we'll see how much of the roster we end up running through, because I do have his kit to look at. And we're also going to look at some of his stats as he's level 100 on my roster. So here we go. Alright, so looking at his first move here. Hot Nunchuck Fury. Mikey leaps towards a foe, nunchuck spinning like helicopter blades. 50% chance for dodge to be raised by 40% for 2 turns. Now, if you want your dodge to be raised, this would be a good one to power up. But really, if you're looking for how hard this attack hits, you know, it doesn't really hit all that hard. That's why he's not exactly superior, but he's definitely up there in the A's. And you can always review the tier list and see where he lands on the tier list. In fact, I think somebody was inquiring about the tier list being 8 months old. You know, here's the thing, guys. It's a definitive tier list. It's the final. This game has not been updated since like 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. So as far as what the characters are, we do not need a more updated tier list than what we got. So go to the definitive tier list. It's the final tier list that's going to be made on the channel, and see where Nick Michelangelo lands on that tier list, and you can see just how good he is. So that first move, I would probably leave at 6 out of 7 unless you want to take it to 7 out of 7, but I don't really think it needs to grind all the way to the end. I think the 6 out of 7 would be okay to get you by for a while if you're still building this up. His second move, however, right here, hot sauce on my pizza. Mikey smears hot sauce on a pizza and shares it with his allies. Heals everybody. Heals allies 50% of their max HP, 50% chance to dispel negative effects from all allies, cooldown 3 turns. This one is really good. He's really good for a healer as far as this goes. So you're going to want to get this one to 7 out of 7. The first one you can do 6 out of 7. This one you want to do 7 out of 7. Alright? Because of the way that it heals and how good it does. And then to dispel those negative effects, that's an added bonus. So make sure you're getting that to 7 out of 7. You're going to want to grind that one up. But yeah, there's no reason to make another tier list. Where he lands on the definitive final tier list that was made, that came out 8 months ago, that's the final. We don't need it any more updated than that. we are. And now we're going to take a look at his third attack. Like a turtle do, Mikey spots a fresh pie, motivating his need for cheesy justice. 50% chance to attack twice when using a basic attack. So this kind of helps him to attack twice with his basic. And as you rank it up, the higher you rank it up, the better the chance. Honestly, since his basic really doesn't do a lot, I mean, when it attacks twice, it'll do a little better the second attack around. But other than that, it really still doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So I would say if you wanted to leave this one at 6 out of 7 and not really struggle for the 7 out of 7, go ahead. You'll be fine. I would do the 6 out of 7 for this third ability. And just leave it at that. You'll be okay. Unless you actually want to take it all the way to the 7 out of 7, and you'll see that 50% chance to attack twice when using the basic attack, and you'll have that higher percentage as high as it'll go. And that'll work out for you as well, too. Alright, let's take a look at his fourth ability here. In the Zone. Now this one's a real good one. This one is his dodge. And if you're not familiar with Michelangelo, he has a real good dodge. And you're going to want to work with that dodge. You're going to want to get that dodge up there. In the Zone, when Mikey cranks some tunes and gets into the groove, raise dodge by 60%. So get this 7 out of 7. 80% chance for critical rate to be raised by 60% for 2 turns. So that's real good. And the cooldown is 4 turns. And I think since it's at 7 out of 7, that's why the cooldown is only 4 turns. So this one will come back around quickly to be used again and again and again. In fact, this one can be said that it's kind of a bit of a cheat code when you go up against Usagi when you have the Swift on here. And in some cases it said, oh, see if you can beat Usagi without using Nick Michelangelo because of his special dodge here. Otherwise you're using a cheat code. So it's like the regular way is without Nick Michelangelo. But since we want to use Nick Michelangelo, get this one to 7 out of 7 and bring Usagi to his knees in the Swift challenge the next time that one comes around. It's going to be a major help. So yes, 7 out of 7 this ability. Without fail, for sure, 100%. You're going to want to. Trust and believe. You are going to want to. Alright. And then we got his final ability. And, you know, it's not the best. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just kind of there. Booyakasha. They gave it a weird name as well too, when he's really just throwing one of his smoke eggs is all he's really doing. Mikey uses a smoke bomb to sneak up on a foe, raise critical rate by 75%, cooldown 4 turns, and it doesn't really even do a lot of damage. So this one, if you want to leave at 6 out of 7, go ahead. You don't need to give this one as much attention. So you really want to give him attention to the second one and the fourth one, and he's mainly a good support. He'll set it up to where everybody has a dodge, And then he'll set it up with that pizza. Will heal him up real good to keep your team alive. He's just a real good supporter, in my opinion. But because of that support and what he does, that's why I put him on my top team. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So yes, 67676 is where I would put this, and then just when you get around to it, when you're bored, 7 everything. But that's how I would just kind of set it up for right now if you're still kind of building everything. Alright, well that is his kit. So we've taken a look at that. One more thing I do want to take a look at here before we call it good with studying Nick Michelangelo and then getting into the promotions here real quick for the channel. I want to go over his stats when he's at level 100. So let's take a look at that here real quick. I got it right here for you. As you can see, he is a swift. His trait is a healer. He has 15% advantage against cunning and a 10% disadvantage when it comes to spirit. So against all the cunning, use him. Against the spirit, kind of maybe use him more of a support and don't really attack as much. He's a goofball of the group. He is the exuberant little brother. His surfer party boy attitude is partially an act. He is still searching for his true identity, and like many teens, leans towards humor to make people like him. Now, if you look at level 100 here, health, speed, accuracy, dodge, attack power, physical defense, energy defense, critical rate, affliction power, and affliction defense. All very great numbers, very high up there. So get this guy leveled up as much as possible, because this is what's really going to help you. I got him fully leveled. I have him at 100, and I use him on my top team. And it's just explosive like that. I do have another video, so kind of getting into another promotion here, where I did run through all of my characters' stats, level 85 through 100. And you can take a look at every single character and see their stats as it is. So you could see just how high you want to take them. If you see these high numbers, you're like, oh, I want high numbers like that. Go to that video. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it at the end cards. And check out all the characters for their stat sheet, because I got them all available. And this one just shows Michelangelo's stats right here, which those are really good numbers in themselves. Alright. So that's real good for Nick Michelangelo. We got a lot going on for him there. Real quick, because I know I've talked a lot about Nick Michelangelo, because we had a lot covered here in this video, but it's really going to help you out with getting him up there and using him. So, you know, you're welcome with all the extra help. Some good promotions here. Like I said, we're going to be putting the stat video back up here, and also the final tier list video will be in the description. Does not need updated. It's the final, it's the definitive, it's where everybody is at, and they're not going to change, they're not going to budge. And also where the hidden boss is located on Rise of the Technodrome. We'll have all that in there in the description for you to view, to promote this week, because this week is a fantastic week. Very awesome. The turtles will agree. And you can check all that out on the channel. Also, if you haven't checked it out, we continued more Pokemon Legends ZA in the live stream. So if you missed out on that, we covered another 4 hours. We're getting through it. I think we're about halfway through the game, but even after we rank all the way up, we're going to have a lot more to do. So this is going to probably take us on into the next year, end of this year, beginning of next. So keep tuning into those live streams. We're continuing it. We're having fun. We're playing Pokemon. And I did try out a new game as well too, Luigi's Mansion. It didn't work out the greatest, but we had some really awesome jokes. So if you're in for a good laugh, go and check that out. And I will try to do a makeup stream for that, since we had some technical difficulties, because I didn't want to leave everybody hanging. This week, though, we are back to Super Mario Maker 2 viewer levels. So if you've been missing that, you want to see the next time we're doing that, this Thursday. And then probably most likely Mario Maker along with Pokemon this Saturday. I was supposed to do Mario Maker with Pokemon this Saturday, but I just wasn't really feeling doing Mario Maker. I really wanted to play Pokemon, so I just did straight Pokemon last Saturday. This Saturday, though, we should be able to do both. And that's going to be really awesome. So let's do Mario Maker 2 viewer levels, and let's do Pokemon. Let's plan on that for now. If it changes, we change to just doing Pokemon on Saturday. But for certain, on Thursday, we're back to viewer levels. So that's a lot of the promotions going on with this channel, between 3 different videos going on with TMNT Legends, a new tournament video, which we've been excited to see. Thank you for Ludia to do that, so that we can have a nice new video and continue the content and not call the end of all the content, and not just have to make a post about what's already been said millions and millions of times over. So at least if they do bring back Nick Michelangelo again, we can still do one more video, the 2 screen videos like we've been doing. So I'm glad the content lives on, you know. And then we got the really good live streams as well too. So with all that going on, you got yourself some really good content here. We're going to go ahead and let the tournament run out, since we are almost to the end, because we did have a lot to talk about this time that pretty much took up the whole entire run and not just a portion of it. Wanted to kind of expand, wanted to kind of change it up a little bit for the tournament run and show the stats as well too. So now you got everything that you need to know about Nick Michelangelo. And then you can get everything that you need to know about the other characters when it comes to the stat sheet for that video that we got as well on the channel. So nice and packed. Alright. Well, I thank you guys for watching this video. We're going to go ahead and let the tournament run out and let the video finish. Like and subscribe. Turn on notifications. We'll see you in the live stream. And we'll also see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Adios, amigos.